Dude, speaking of games, update on Spellbreak, dude. The
Is it
new
out?
talents.
Is it out yet?
I don't know. I didn't get on last night. But this was posted yesterday. The new talents and stuff. They got fan art on there too if you want to check it out. But I put it in the Discord. But it's Foresight, Ambidextrous, and Vigor, dude.
Ambidextrous is OP.
Dude, honestly, I think
game.
Vigor is pretty OP. I mean, all three of them are great.
Yeah, you can run all of them. Vigor,
Well,
yeah.
that's not true. You
Dude,
don't know
the
if you can
max
run
health-
all.
Oh, that's right, because of the talent.
They're
Like,
set on a point system.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
guess is most of those will
There's
be
a
high points.
talent, though, that when you have no shields and you just have health, I forget what it does, but it boosts
it's
something.
like 15% spell damage.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
but it's
run
in the
that with
same-
Vigor?
It's in the same category as Vigor, though.
Is it? I thought it was in the
Hang on.
other tree.
You might be right.
It might be in Spirit. I
Keep
thought
talking.
it was in Spirit.
Keep talking.
But if you line that up with Vigor, dude, I'm going to be very sad if that's in the
I would
body
almost
tree.
hope it is, because if it's not,
Dude, Foresight's
thought it
also
was in Spirit.
Foresight's going to be really powerful too, because it's going to just be like a radar. So it's, I think you're gonna find more people are going to start finding you more often in the mid game.
Oh, yeah. Well, for invisibility, too. Like, invisibility, that's kind of a counter to it now, I feel like.
Yeah, but it's only every 10 to, I can't read it from
Well,
here.
if you get 3 scrolls, you have 5 seconds, right? Every 5 seconds, I think,
Yeah.
is what it is, yeah.
I mean, this eventually gets upgraded down to 10, 9, 8, 5. Is that 8? Yeah. So, yeah, I guess it would work really well for it.
That's if you have 3 scrolls for it, though, but yeah.
So,
oh yeah, they are on. Wait, what's?
It
Yeah,
is
they are on
Spirit.
different, because you could
I
run
told you.
recklessness,
Oh,
but
dude.
but like, how much is it going to cost?
I think these talents are going to break the game, and they're going to be changed, or they're going to change other talents,
Uh,
because these are the only talents that have
recklessness, that's what it is, yeah.
These are the only talents in the game that have like insane player thing. What I would like to see is these talents come in, these talents break the game, and then they change the other talents, because some of the other talents are just god awful garbage, and are useless talents.
Yeah.
But
Dude, imagine this. So you run Vigor, Recklessness, okay, which pair up with that health thing, okay? So with Recklessness, you get spell damage of 20 up to 25%. Mana cost negative 25%, so less, okay? That's a shit ton of percentage right there, all right? And then you obviously have Vigor, right, with the extra health. And then you don't even run a belt. And then you just do...
You can't if you're running both those. You can,
that's what
but
I'm saying.
If you do, you're
not-
wasting your talents.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you don't run a belt, right? But you have more health, and then you could pick from any of the mind tree, which you could do more damage with focus mana. You could do runic
Vigor's
fluency.
in the mind.
Dude, there's so many options there. Oh, I'm excited. Actually, no,
No,
Vigor's
'cause, yeah,
in
You can't-
mind.
Yeah,
you'll
that's right.
run Vigor. The only other things you'll have is body.
Dude, that's
So you just run
bro. You
Fervor.
could. No, not even fervor, dude. You could run
Actually,
you could
no.
run scavenge, you could run dexterity, you could run fortitude. I would honestly probably do fortitude
Can't run fortitude
or
'cause
scavenging or
oh yeah, no,
dexterity.
you still could. Yeah, you could run any of
Fuck
them.
any of those 4. Fervor
Well,
too.
And it's
Those
gonna
all
depend
work
on how much.
so well.
It's gonna depend on how much these cost too.
They're 3. It says right here.
Oh, they're all 3.
So you
Another
don't even
thing
need
is
a
it
belt,
depends on
dude.
your
You don't
gauntlets
even need a
too and
belt.
everybody's play style, because I would still run Fervor just because that's my play style.
Yeah, I do like fervor, and I like rune fluency, even though I run lightning, because having like 3 just still for me is just like super, because I can use 2 in combat and then like use that 3rd opportunity to escape if I need to.
I usually run. So what I'm
Harmony.
running right now is thirsty with the potion cut in half for time. Then I run either fervor or scavenging or dexterity with. I usually always do focus mana. The extra damage is always nice, but if you're, with the changes, dude. So with that vigor and the new talent of whatchamacallit, vigor and
Foresight.
foresight, right? You run those two together with the health thing now. You can
Be a better
you're not going to be
shotgunner.
able to run that with stone. That's the only difference. So like because stone is basically you're going to have shields no matter what.
Right.
So like automatically you'll have a shield. So you don't want to run that with stone. So that's a bad choice to make. If you're gonna do the vigor,
could-
you're
you could-
gonna be tanky.
build, yeah.
You could be tanky with a high
You
damage
could
gauntlet, which
you
is
could offhand
frost.
stone though.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes, you could offhand. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
So
But I'm saying for your main gauntlet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
for your main hand, but
It's
I
just
love
gonna
this
make
game. It's really good.
lightning
but
even more broken. Literally, lightning is gonna be absolutely broken.
a lot of the gauntlets are fucking broken. Like I hate pyro. I think pyro like does way too much damage, and it's just like the aspect of like, oh, it's fire, so it should do the most damage. Like that is super dumb to me. I don't like it. I get it's not hit scan. Lightning's hit scan, so it's like you point your crosshair, you hit the button, you're hitting them. Fire's projectile. But then again, a lot of people use fire pretty up close rather than a distant shot. It's not made for like long range. in a
Well, you
sense,
know they
so.
do say God is a consuming fire, so it's the strongest.
I hate it though. It's so dumb. That's how it is in like all games, and it's like it makes no sense. But I'm like, why do you make pyro so? Because then if you pair it with like toxicologist, it's even more.
Dude,
broken.
no, lightning with
Oh,
toxicology.
that's what I pair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
that's
pair.
really good too.
But I think that the ambidextrous is really good for offhand stone gauntlets.
yes.
If you run offhand stone gauntlets, you get bedrock, which means then you can hit the ground. So then your stone gauntlet becomes powerful again. So you could run pyro as your first, get all the pyro things, or even do like shock as a damage dealer, but then focus your stone as a damage dealer through bedrock, and then use conduit as a way to like knock people down,
Yeah.
and then have the rune fluency through the electric gauntlet,
Dude,
and then run something else.
Yeah, and
Bro,
then the
it's mana.
offhand mana cost is also getting like reduced with that ambidextrous, which is like, holy crap, you're gonna use that. Your second hand might become like your main.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Dude, so
you turn that stone gauntlet into your main gauntlet. You're only using conduit as a way to get the rune fluency, and then you run focus mana which only gives you a damage
Dude.
buff for your first attack.
ambidextrous though, you can like there's now a purpose for Spellslinger, which stores the extra gauntlet and runes, right?
Right.
With the sorcery cooldown of 15%, which is a huge percentage cooldown for your sorcery abilities, right? You could run ambidextrous with Spellslinger. That's a really good pair up, I feel like. And then you run whatever else you want with it in the body tree, whether it be fervor or whatever.
I think that these
The body
talents,
tree is just all around amazing.
yeah, there's a lot of decent ones in there. I do not like Finders Keepers. I think that's a wasteful talent. But other than that,
Yeah.
everything else is really good. But it's all play. Like body is definitely play style in my mind.
If you're gonna
Like,
run Finder's Keeper, you better be in a 3-man group. That way you can find scrolls for your
yeah,
team.
and
That's
make sure
pretty
nobody
much-
else is running Finders Keeper.
dude, there was one game Mitchell and I played, and dude, every chest I was getting scrolls.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to get them super easy
Well,
already.
so-
Dude,
lately I thought I was like getting no scrolls, and I was like, did they change how much scrolls? And then I played that one game, and we're getting a shit ton of scrolls. Like I was finding all of them, Mitchell wasn't finding any, and I was like, Mitchell, are you running Finders Keepers? He goes, no, I didn't change anything. I was like, dude, I'm getting like all the scrolls.
Imagine if you did have it though.
yeah,
every
in that
single
match.
one.
Yeah,
Be insane. But you'd have to have those scrolls in there in place anyways for it to work.
I think
I
the
guess.
game's really good.
Or no, it'd start off at 50%, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
The
no matter
talents are what really makes the game so good, because you can completely build your class to what you want to play. You're not just like jumping in and then picking up a gun and then the next game you're picking up the same gun. It's every gauntlet you use with a different gauntlet changes your playstyle. Every talent build changes your playstyle. Like it's all directly on your own.
Dude.
I think the only thing they really need to work on is server problems. I
Yeah,
would
the
probably play a
bugs
lot
and-
more again. I pretty much stopped playing because every time I play, I get disconnected. And I'm not the only one that's having that problem. I mean, if you go through Reddit, Spellbreak's Reddit, every single top post every day.
Well, it's a preview game.
Still, it's been
It's a problem.
It's been in.
If it's a preview right now, you know, you want to have your best impression out there for the people that are interested.
Yeah, the first thing you fix is being able to play the game before you start adding things, and it's pissing people off. But on the other hand, this game has been in alpha for 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So the game has been in preview for 3-4 years.
For PC, right? Yeah, I'm sure it runs much more smooth on PC though.
Oh, it does. I
mean,
hate it on
tenfold.
controller. It's awful on controller.
Tenfold.
I'll get lag spikes every once in a while, but it always corresponds with like if I get a huge lag spike,
Dude,
then Connor's like, I'm getting dissed.
And I'm not the only one getting disconnected from that game.
I've only been disconnected once in a game. So I play Xbox, right? I'm not even kidding you. The only time I get a lag spike is when I go to make a clip. I like rubber band.
that's just
I
gonna
rubber
be-
band like no other.
You're pulling.
But that's the only time I've actually felt a lag spike.
Yeah, that's not the game. That's your system because the Xbox just
it just
goes
sucks.
through that process of
Multitasking,
like
yep.
multitasking.
But honestly, I'm going to be completely honest. I've only disconnected from a game once. Like maybe twice.
I think I have.
I think
like
that's
literally
just
only
'cause-
once.
I don't know why, but I mean, obviously they're on separate servers. You're on a separate server than the PC, and the PC's server range is probably a lot further. So, being a further server range, you're gonna have easier disconnects. More people on the server, you're gonna have easier disconnects.
That's true.
It's just the fact that, and the stuff they're adding was in alpha. Like this stuff isn't new stuff. The talents are new. The spell or the abilities that they added, those were all in the beta. Or the alpha. There's still 3 more that they haven't put in that were in the alpha too. So this is the only new content that they're actually adding to players that haven't played or that have been playing the game.